I'm Drew Helland.
And I'm Nick Bell. And you are tuned in to the Half Done Podcast.
It's nice seeing you guys again.
It's been a little bit. Been up to quite a bit. Do have to apologize. We did have one snafu. You guys would have had one more podcast to listen to. But technical difficulties, we can just lay that out.
Yeah, but it's 2018. There will be no more technical difficulties.
Nope, we're officially in studio.
In the new studio.
Brand new studio. So give you guys kind of the rundown here as the podcast goes. Of just letting you know, I guess what we've been up to, why the hell it's taken us so long to get going, and kick it from there.
Yeah. So this episode probably won't be like most, because this is kind of like the start of season 2. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it's exactly. We had 2017 season 1. This is season 2, sophomore effort. Mm-hmm. And I think we're gonna be good to go. I think it should be a pretty good ride. But yeah, like you said, it's not gonna be like most of them. Just kind of catching you guys up and letting you know what's in store. Totally.
Do you want to start things off?
Yeah. Why the hell not? So. Since you guys last heard from us, it's been a little bit. We've been up to quite a bit. If you're following us on any of the social feeds, we now have a website that we've been working on for a little bit. Mm-hmm. That we put out. We have all of our social media accounts are ready and rearing to go. We have a timeline for things, game plans. Kind of what we're looking to do is we're going to be doing podcasts, every 2 weeks. So. Bi-month or bi-weekly or monthly. I forget how that's worded.
Bi-monthly, I believe. So that's probably the biggest announcement of the show. Mm-hmm. We're changing the scheduling just a little bit, but actually, don't fret, because we're still doing the same amount of work, if not more, actually.
Yep.
So even though our main podcast will be coming out 2 times a month, you'll be getting even more content. And do you kind of want to explain that?
Yeah. So as far as getting a little bit more content, I mean, honestly, doing the twice a month format, I think is going to allow us to get more episodes out, more shows out to you guys. Because when we were doing it on a weekly basis, I mean, sometimes we'd have a string where we're good and then we'd miss. Bi-weekly allows us to put, I guess, more effort into doing them. As well as, like you said, we'll get more content out. Mm-hmm. Now we'll be able to do things like get teasers out or do mini-sodes, if you will, as well as just posting some other things. I mean, we'll be able to get a little bit more active with what we're doing, as well as, continue to kind of fine-tune what we got going on and the ways that we're going to be able to bring the podcast to you, and hopefully put it in some platforms in some ways that you'll really enjoy is kind of the goal.
Totally. And we sat down a couple times. We had multiple meetings, believe it or not, here at the halftime. And just figured out a game plan. And we'll be, I don't know if you've mentioned this yet, but YouTube, we'll be doing a lot more stuff on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Episodes, more interviews. We have that one video up right now.
Yep.
Which, check it out if you haven't yet.
Yeah. It's directly on the website, so it should be good. Honestly, as far as kind of listening to us right now, primary thing, like you mentioned, primarily episodes are going to be coming out on YouTube to start. Mm-hmm. As far as getting them out on other things such as iTunes and all those other fun, Spotify, Google, I guess, is starting to do it. All that stuff. That'll be coming in time. But it's not cheap to get out podcast, apparently, which during our business meetings, we discovered, and we were running kind of costs, and there's a lot of stuff involved with getting them out. So we're just going to start it on YouTube right now. You'll get the same content, be able to listen to it anywhere. Hell, you can download them from there. Yeah. And we'll be able to push those out. And eventually the kind of goal as well is we're going to record not only our pretty voices, but our ugly mugs. Yep. Faces only mothers can love.
Yep. We're reluctantly doing it, but we figured it'd be fun.
Yeah, we thought it'd be kind of fun. And then, as the studio that, we're in the process of kind of building around us evolves, we'll be able to, start having people inside so you can see what the hell we're doing when we're in here, and not just
Totally.
listen to us when you're on the go. If you're like, wow, it sounds like they're really dicking around when they're out there. Yeah, you can watch us do it.
You can watch us crack open some cold ones and just just talk and hang out.
Crack a few with the boys, as some people might say.
And speaking of which, you mentioned this earlier when we were kind of talking about costs and stuff. We're also playing with the idea of starting a Patreon, which is a great way to get some content that isn't available to the whole public, as well as some swag, right?
Yep. We're trying to design a little bit of the swag, as well as figure out exactly what that would look like. We don't have a Patreon up and running yet.
Not
For
yet.
those of you that are wondering what it is, it's pretty simply a site where you can donate, if you will, X amount of dollars, or X amount of change, doesn't really matter. And we're kind of thinking about setting limits. So any money, if we end up doing a Patreon, anything that people would give to us, 100% would go to the show. We're not getting rich off of any of it. We can barely afford food as it is right now, but essentially it would just go to simple things, starting off, being able to afford the cost of getting a site that'll host our podcast so we can put it out on things such as iTunes, Spotify, Google, etc.
And that's priority one.
Yep, that's priority one. And then, follow up things to that once we're able to afford some stuff like that is, getting a little bit better, I guess, setups, if you will, for our website, getting the domain, officially owning the domain name and things like that. And just kind of growing it so we can really, make it your guys' own as well as our own, because we're not making a ton of money off of anything. So should be pretty cool, but we'll let you guys know when we get that out there, and eventually kind of keep growing things as we get it.
Totally. And even some of the prizes, I guess you'd call them, we were kind of joking around with, there might be a half-done calendar, correct?
Yeah, half-done calendars. We were thinking maybe some half-done posters.
Yeah.
Some autographs. Who knows? Everybody loves
buttons,
stickers. Maybe early, early listening or something like that. You can get a link to them,
just be on the show.
Or be on the show. Shout outs.
Yeah, we'll
Call-ins.
bring you into the studio here.
Yeah, if you're close enough, we're not going to pay for you to get to the studio, but we'll let you in when we record.
We'll give you some coffee and stuff. It'll be like the late night show.
Yeah, exactly.
You sit in a chair, give you like a little mug.
Give you a little mug.
Yeah.
We can BS back and forth and kind of take it from there. But no, it should be pretty cool. I'm pretty pumped for us to really get things geared up.
Yeah, me too. It'll be a lot of fun.
Yep, should be quite a bit of fun. But yeah, that's a lot of what we've really been doing in the interim. Life's been busy. I know we've been kind of traveling, not anywhere exuberant anyway. Recently traveling and working our big boy jobs and trying to eke by here. It should be pretty cool. I'm excited to get back on there and keep things rolling.
Yeah, me too. Kind of going off of what you said of like traveling and stuff. Over Christmas break here, I was able to go to Florida, and I went to Universal Studios, which is owned by I think like NBC has
Universal, all those things are under one thing.
Something's part of that.
Yeah.
But it was funny because some guys were coming up to us with clipboards and said, we'll pay you money to watch like an episode, like a pilot of some show on NBC, and then give us feedback. So maybe we should do that at the half done. We'll be like, we'll give you some Oreos if you listen to the show and give us some feedback.
Check it. Yeah, give us some feedback. or we'll give you a shout out. Even better, we'll mention you.
That's better than something tangible, right?
Yeah, better than something tangible, because it's the gift that'll keep on giving. Because every time someone listens to the podcast, they'll hear your name again.
Exactly. It lives forever, unlike an Oreo.
Exactly.
Those are gone in like a couple seconds.
Yeah, because those are delicious. But yeah, no, that'd be kind of fun. Also, if you're listening and you enjoy us, for the love of God, please share us with your friends.
Yeah.
Don't be shy. Don't be coy. If they're like, hey, I'm looking for a new podcast, be like, I listen to these two pretty cool dudes podcasts. So, yeah.
And we're super underground because like no one's heard about us.
Yeah.
So you can tell your friends like, oh, like no one knows.
It's this edgy new podcast that nobody's heard of yet. You can be that hipster person.
Oh yeah.
That makes all their friends listen to it, and we would love you dearly for it. Actually, speaking of that, I'm trying to remember here. It would have been a few weeks back when we were like right around the time we had a meeting or something like that. Actually watched a documentary. I can't for the life of me right now, I can't remember the name of it. Somebody that's listening probably will recognize it, but it was about this radio station out in like New Jersey or something like that, and it's a purely non-for-profit, 100% listener affiliated station, if you will.
Nice.
They don't get money from the government. They don't get any endorsements or anything. It's purely supported by listeners donating.
Wow.
And it's just the weirdest mix of stuff. Like when you watch the podcast, they literally, their whole thing is they just play random music. They have random people on there to talk about random things at random times. Like there's guys that'll come on and they'll just like hum for an hour and a half for their show, and other people will just randomly have a band in there, then they'll play some music and they'll be out of their music. Like it's just such an eclectic thing, and it's really weird, but I can't remember the name of it. It's kind of cool because they had some big names that had been a part of it, like kind of big name famous people that have been a part of it, because they don't pay anybody to be on the show either. So it's it's interesting. I can't remember, but that's what I'm thinking of us, but more not like that. I don't know that I want to be that eclectic.
I'm getting kind of some like public like access TV like vibes where it's like, well, here's your slot, you can do whatever you want.
The late night public access TV that's just real weird.
I actually this winter, Nick knows this, but the audience doesn't. I've been doing snow removal to get some extra like side cash, and one of the guys I'm working with, he's like kind of like a veteran snow removal guy. He's like in his 60s. It was probably 3 a.m. and we were flipping through the AM radio station, and we landed on this channel where this lady is talking to this guy. He's like asking people to call in, and this lady's like, yeah, I talk to aliens with my mind. And they were telling her like nice things, like, oh, you're pretty, and like, oh, like you're so nice, we should hang out. And then like it switched, like one day, like she said, like they just like started making fun of her, and I felt kind of bad. If it's true, I feel really bad. And it's most likely not true, and I still feel bad. Because what's going on to this lady?
That poor lady just has no idea what's happening. Those aliens are just messing with her. That would be fun to have on, as stuff like that.
Oh, totally. Honestly, you'd have to, so personally, I believe that the host of the show has to, like 200% believe this stuff is real.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how you could like have a straight face and like try to offer some advice and stuff.
Right.
Unless they're just like,
just real out there crazy.
Yeah, just really, out there. That's a good way of putting it.
I don't think I would have been the good host for that. Like, I'm all in for the idea of aliens.
Oh, sure.
Are people telepathically communicating with them? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I suppose, who am I to say no? Maybe?
Yeah. I feel like on the Half Done, we've talked. I know we've talked about Sasquatch.
Oh,
And
Sasquatch is 100% a real thing.
Oh, I believe so too. And I'm pretty sure we've talked about Nessie.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we have. Yeah, because Nessie's real.
So yeah, I think it's about time we talk about aliens.
Yeah, we might as well get into aliens. We can just start diving real deep down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah. Well, even like it's kind of funny, the History Channel. It seems like it's more of like the Alien Channel nowadays, because everything they look at, like every show pretty much like has some sort of alien thing like tied into it, which is pretty funny.
That is pretty funny. I haven't watched that channel for years because I haven't had cable in 6 years, 7 years or something like that.
Yeah,
but
it's been a while for me too.
Yeah, aliens 100%. God, we could just really. There's so many things suddenly that I'm popping in my head here.
Yeah.
That I'm like, yeah, we could really get into all of this stuff and just kind of dive in. But that'd be like a whole separate podcast we could do.
That's true.
For stuff like that.
Kind of on the same topic of like space and stuff. Did you hear about Elon Musk shooting the
Elon Musk is
car?
my hero.
Okay.
That's so funny. The pictures from it too.
Well,
he put an astronaut he put an astronaut suit with like a crash dummy or something in the vehicle, and they're playing Space Oddity.
No, Life on Mars.
I thought they were playing Space Oddity.
I think it's Life on Mars, but it's for sure a Bowie song.
It's a Bowie song, but yeah, so they're playing that. It's just flying. It's technically the fastest vehicle that's ever gone, like the fastest a vehicle's ever gone. It's going so fast, and it's so funny because they have a camera attached too. And his, like, I don't Twitter, but I like follow this like kind of science channel thing or whatever.
Yeah.
And they, talk a lot about Elon Musk on there, and they'll show up his Twitter stuff. And his Twitter is so funny because he'll take pictures from the car or videos, and he'll like just really ridiculous Photoshop things in there.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Like my favorite one so far is one like, he posted out there, it was the car going, the camera took a flash, and it's the whole flat earth thing next to it. Oh. And he just put like, who knew, or something like that. And it's so funny. He's such a funny dude. You can get flamethrowers. They're not technically flamethrowers.
Yeah, because it's like a 2 foot long.
Flame. It's a torch technically, but they named them so they could sell them. It was like initially like the flamethrower, and then they named them. This is definitely not a flamethrower, so they could ship them.
And they sold out like almost immediately.
Oh, immediately! Like it's just ridiculous because he said it as a joke too. He's like, if we sell out our hats, we'll start selling flamethrowers next. And they did, and then he did. And it's correct me if I'm wrong, it's to like fund his tunnel project, is that correct? Yeah, the boring company. Yep. Yep. Boring company, just drilling holes through the ground for high speed underground vehicle transports and stuff like that. Which sounds pretty cool. Yeah, it does sound pretty cool. Not boring. Yeah, not boring. Going back to the rocket launch, did you see, it's like a 15-minute video, you guys should watch it. It's really quick, but the two booster rockets, they landed. Which absolutely blew my mind. I knew maybe was it It was a year ago. It was a year ago. They landed. They landed a rocket on a ship just to test before they launched this one. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's going to save billions of dollars, or I don't know approximately. But, because you've seen like all those old school footage of the rockets, and then they just detach fly away. They explode. But the fact that you can land that, and the fact that it was to shoot his own car company with a little robot guy to shoot a Tesla Roadster into space just for the hell of it. They missed the orbit, so it was originally supposed to go just around Mars and come back and just start circling that way, like a meteor. But then they missed the trajectory just slightly, so now it's going to go past Mars into the asteroid belt and come back. Oh, really? Like it's going to go even further into space or something because it's slightly off. Oh, geez. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool because like it's incredible. Like it looks, you're like, oh, well, why can't they just land rockets all the time? Because technically it's just damn near impossible. It's like one of the most technical, like one of the greatest technical achievements of all time. And they're like, I saw the other day too, they're catching like the capsules that are a part of it too. So they're going to get they're like practicing doing that too, catching these capsules so they can reuse more parts, because that's why.
Oh, geez.
That's how like SpaceX is getting all these contracts, is because they're literally like a third or less of the cost of anything else, because they can reuse the rockets multiple times and all those things.
Oh, I totally believe it. And, you know, it almost like looks like Star Wars if you watch the video of the two rockets like landing. It honestly looks like it's out of a movie. And I think it's fair to say we live in a postmodern world.
Yeah, we do.
Just the video, because when I first heard about it, I thought it was like an Onion article, but this is like real life.
Oh, it's 100% real life. It's also funny if you want to watch something amusing when they launched their Falcon Heavy rocket, which is like the heaviest and largest rocket that's, I don't think, ever been launched, but I'm for sure positive it's the largest one that's been launched anytime recently. Like there's nothing else that's been launched like at any time close. But they launched it. There's a video of him watching the launch. He's just like a child. Oh yeah. He's like getting all giddy. He's jumping up and down. He's like, that really happened. Mm-hmm. And it's so funny to watch. But it's also super cool. And you're like, and he literally did it to shoot a car.
Oh yeah. and he's the guy that's gonna put someone on Mars. Like it's just like kind of weird to think about.
Build a space colony on Mars. Maybe we could get like a pass sometime. We could travel to Mars here, and we could do an episode from Mars. Ooh. That could be our thing. We could be the first podcast done from Mars.
I know I read this on the internet that said like once there's the first baby like born on Mars, like on IDs and like birth certificates, it'll have to say like what planet you were born on, which is pretty funny.
United States citizen born on planet Earth. Born on planet Mars. God, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. Mars would have to get like a little
nursery.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty pumped now that we've decided though. The Half Done's gonna have to go to Mars when we get a chance.
Yep. We might be. Well, okay. We know for a fact that we're gonna see the first person step on Mars in our lifetime. Yeah. Well, it's like what, 10 years or less?
Oh, it's less than that. NASA's plans originally were to put people on there by like. They wanted to have a colony on there by like 2024.
Okay.
Because their plans, and I think Musk wants to get someone out there in the next few years or so.
Jeez. Okay.
So yeah, we could see someone out there quick, and the next thing you know, we're gonna just explode as far as popularity and everything, and they're gonna be asking us, hey, we really want you to do a podcast from there. So
not Larry King.
Yep.
Not Howard Stern.
Nope. But Half Done. Gonna be wide out in space, so it should be pretty cool. Look forward to it.
Yeah. How long would that? Is it like a 3-year trip or?
I don't know. It's got to be like 6-8 months just to get there. So it'd be.
Oh yeah. I mean, I thought it was like over a year, right?
It might be. I don't know. It would take a while.
We'll do an episode the whole time.
we'll
stream the whole thing.
Continuously stream it, and then we can every 2 weeks we'll do a new episode or something like that. You guys would get so many all from space.
You would hate us, I feel like.
It's just, God, these guys, it's boring. They've been doing the same thing. They're just in a rocket for 2 years.
Drinking hams.
Drinking hams, the official sponsor.
Oh yeah. From the land of
sky blue waters. Nah, that'd be pretty dope.
Speaking of which, rest in peace to Stars.
Oh, yeah.
Our go-to hams restaurant.
Sioux Falls go-to hams on tap. Tap bar. There's here in Sioux Falls there was one place, and then there was 2 places that served hams on tap, and Stars was the first one to serve hams on deliciously ice cold hams coming out of that tap.
Oh yeah,
just delightful. But then they closed, so now there's only one place. Fortunately, it had opened up here about a year ago or so. Some barbecue joint. I'm trying to remember. It's down on the south of 229.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a barbecue joint. They have hams on tap.
We'll have to do a remote.
Yeah, we might have to do a remote down there. Otherwise, only other place that I ever get my hams is my cheap go-to, because it's pretty close to work. Stubby's. It's kind of a dive bar here in town. They have great drink specials. It's only beer that they serve there, but
yeah,
great drink specials, and they have dollar hams. and I can't go wrong with that.
A fun fact, for my 21st birthday, actually, we went to Stubby's, and it was my birthday's the day after St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah.
So my older brother was in town. He's like, all right, we'll take some Irish car bombs and stuff, and they're like, we only have beer. It's like, oh, okay, well then we'll take a whole bunch of bottles of beer.
We'll take some beer today, I guess. Yeah. It's a good little dive bar. I enjoy my dive bars. Those are always fun.
I'm not above a lot of things, and one of them is definitely certain bars.
Yep.
And I'm not above sleeping on the ground.
Sleeping on the ground. Done it actually here would have been a couple weeks back. So me and one of my other buddies went down into the, I call them Los, I think they call them Les Hills in Iowa. It's a chain that runs along the Missouri River. Okay. Just over the border from Nebraska. And went down. They have some great hiking. I've hiked down there quite a few times. Would have been a long time ago when I was more of a kid. But we went out, did some winter camping on a Friday night. Got down there. Only ones at this campground. It's a hiking campground.
How cold is it quickly?
It honestly wasn't too bad.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So we're walking in with all the gear. Nobody else is out there. We're the only people for God knows how far. We walk in, we set up, we just hung out, drank some whiskey, chilled out, went to bed, woke up the next day, started up a little kind of fire thing, made some breakfast, hung out a little bit to warm up. And because winter camping, which is I kind of enjoy depending on the conditions, but it was damn near perfect. I mean, the temperatures honestly weren't that bad as far as the overnight goes. I mean, I had the right gear anyway.
Yeah.
There was next to no wind, which is a miracle around here.
Oh, hell yeah.
And the next day, Saturday, I mean, it was gorgeous. It honestly, I think it got into upper 30s, maybe into the low 40s. Okay. Sun, I mean, not a cloud in the sky. Nice. No wind. So as you're hiking, I mean, that's perfect temperature because you're getting warm, and I mean, hell, we were even getting a little too hot at times, a little sweaty. So that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I had to sleep in the ground there. That's how you got me on that track there.
Nice.
Hiked a lot on Saturday and called her a day.
So did you you slept in the tents, is that right?
Yep, slept in the tent.
So there was a fire going on?
No. So
I can see how that'd be dangerous, but I feel like I'd want to sleep right next to a fire.
Oh yeah. No. So we I mean, the key is when you're winter camping is having the right gear. Okay. So we had it pretty simple. I have a sleeping pad and all that stuff. My buddy did too. So we just had a tarp underneath the tent, put the tent on top of it, kind of helps get a little bit more between us and the ground. Threw a blanket on, covering the ground of the tent, and then had our sleeping pads on top, and just had the right sleeping bags that were rated for that temperature. Nice. We had a couple other, heat blankets that we threw on top of everything in the tent, and
that sounds really nice.
Passed out. It's awesome because the cool thing out there, it's just where we went, there's no towns or anything close by. I mean, there's some little village things, but there's no light that's anywhere near where we're camping. Yeah. It's not by any roads or major roads or anything like that. So it's just quiet. It's only, nature sounds and whatever noises you're making. And I mean, it's just super pleasant. You go to sleep when it's dark, which was obviously real early. Go to sleep when it's dark. You wake up when the sun pops up, and I mean, it's kind of nice. You feel a little bit refreshed from the fresh air. Honest to God though, Saturday night, because we didn't camp out Saturday night, we just hiked and then called it thing. We hiked for 5-6 hours or more. Geez. And I mean, down there, it's just hilly as hell. So you're just up, down, all this stuff. Just exhausted.
Oh, I bet.
Oh, it was brutal, but it was a lot of fun though. So it was good. It was a good trip.
Well, I bet. Especially during winter, when people have cabin fever and stuff, and even in the summer, it's important to just get out into nature and recharge. So, I bet that was. I'm kind of envious.
Oh, it was.
I honestly haven't done anything outside for the longest time.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah, I mean, it was just the right weekend as far as, it was honestly probably the best weekend we could have done it in the past, I don't know, couple months. But which was great. We picked the perfect weekend by accident, but that was awesome. I felt super, super ready to go, recharged, like you said, after it. I mean, I try to go hiking, even in the winter. I try to go out hiking, a few times a month or something, relatively locally, go put in, 5, 10 plus miles in a day or something like that, just to try to get outside, because cabin fever is tough up here.
Oh yeah, that's for sure.
So yeah, no, that's pretty cool. I feel like we've came relatively full circle with everything with the podcast here.
I think so too, and we're probably nearing the 30-minute mark.
So, yeah, we're probably somewhere around there, close enough. Now we don't need to worry while we're putting them on YouTube until we get a host site up. Now we don't need to worry exact specific times.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But no, it should be cool. Well, I was gonna say keep a lookout for all of our stuff coming out. Should be quite a bit. It'll be another couple weeks till you hear from us.
Yep.
As far as a full episode.
Yep. You might not hear our voices, but we'll definitely be posting some stuff. I know we've said this before, but definitely check out the Facebook. That's where we do a lot of our main communication. Also, with the new website now, I'm guessing that will slowly take over as our main website.
Yep. Kind of how we have that integrated too is, we have on the website, it has a feed all of our social media accounts. So you can, if you go and check out the website, there's a drop down, page for social media and then one for just Instagram, and you can hop on there, and if you haven't liked us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter or checking us out on Instagram, hop on the website. It's just half done. I think it's like halfdone.wix.com or something like that.
Yeah,
it's on the Facebook page, and we'll have a link posted, or there's going to be a link below this video, and go check that out. It has all the connections to our social media and how to get a hold of us. Reach out, let us know what you think, let us know what you like, don't like, and yeah, it should be pretty cool from there. Maybe get you some teasers for the next episode. We've been kind of talking a little bit about that. And yeah,
thanks for bearing with us.
Yep,
the hiatus is officially over.
Season 2 has begun.
Thanks for tuning in.